Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Katie. These are my Leaf Diaries. Welcome back to another cigar review and an interesting pairing. The reason why it's interesting is because I've never tried that type of pairing, and I've also not tried the cigar that I'm going to review today up until now. I originally bought the box straight after launch last year in February and never tried them, but one of the guys from my cigar group very strongly recommended it and said, hey, this is a cigar that you definitely need to try. So I'm cracking open a brand new box to review the cigar for you guys. Now, of course, I'm talking about the La Flor de Rafael Gonzalez Coronas de Lonsdales. It's a very interesting brand. Newcomers to the lifestyle wouldn't recognize it. For those of you who are more seasoned aficionados, you'll know that the brand was established in 1928 by Spanish aristocrat Marquez Rafael de Gonzalez under a different name, and the name at the time was La Flor de Marquez. Later on in 1936, the brand is folded under the El Rey del Mundo portfolio of cigars, and then after a period of obscurity around 1940, it re-emerges in 1960, I think. Is it 1960? In 1965, sorry. Now, today's edition of the Rafael de Gonzalez is, like I said, released. It was released on the 11th of February by Empor, which is the Portuguese Habanos distributor, and Habanos in a launch event that was organized by both organizations. They launched two cigars. One of them was the Rafael Gonzalez Lonsdales, and the other one was the El Rey del Mundo Templario, which was the 2023 regional edition for Portugal. Of course, I've got a few boxes of them as well. This is what the regional looks like. A very beautiful cigar. Comes with a really nice card, a Templario. I'm going to be reviewing these as well in the near future. So definitely stay tuned. These are the El Rey del Mundo Templarios, really beautiful cigars. Now, back to our regular program. Like I said, tonight I'm going to be pairing this cigar with something interesting. The reason why it's interesting is because I've never tried peated whiskey. And another chap from my cigar group, Tony, thank you very much for recommending peated whiskies, and I'm trying it today and I'll tell you how that went. So, we've got a cigar, we've got some whiskey for later on. Let's get to cutting, lighting, and enjoying this beautiful cigar. I'll catch you in the close-ups. We've got it lit, we've got a lit cut, and now we're enjoying very light to medium body cigar, very earthy, dark chocolate, nothing, special, but really nice. I'm enjoying it, quite refreshing cigar. Vitola de Galera Hermosos number 4, 127 millimeters by 48 ring gauge. So a really decent size Habano. And it was, if memory serves, about €11 per cigar at launch. Don't know what they are right now, but €11 per cigar was quite tempting, to be honest with you, for a Hermoso number 4 Vitola, which is quite nice. Actually, I think it was cheaper. My bad. In Portugal, the price for a box was €105. So even cheaper. That's what, €10, 50 cents for a cigar of this size. It's actually quite impressive. It doesn't blow your socks away, but yet again, I just lit the cigar. So I'll wait for it to open up a little bit and I'll tell you a little bit more about the cigar. Another actual Vitola that is Hermosos number 4 that pops to mind, because I mentioned that this brand was folded under the El Rey del Mundo kind of portfolio in the 1936, if memory serves. Is so Hermoso number 4 is El Rey del Mundo Choix Supreme, which is Supreme Choice translated in French. Which is another very, very good standard edition cigar. Unfortunately, not very easy to find. Like most of the Habanos nowadays. Most of the good Habanos are not very easy to find, unfortunately. Things like your Cohiba Siglo de Oro, which is extremely expensive, like your Romeo and Juliet Linea de Oro, like Monte Cristo Linea 1935, you can find them pretty much anywhere. And obviously the daily global smokes like the Magnums, H. Upmans, the Epicures from Hoyo, etc. These you can find everywhere. But, you know, people like me who like to collect and like to explore Habanos, they don't easily get satisfied with those smokes, because to be honest with you, most of us have smoked through quite a very large number of boxes of these cigars. The daily, I'm not even calling them a daily driver, they're like there. Before you slaughter me in the comments below, I'm not saying these are bad cigars. The Epicure number 2 and Especial are one of my all-time favorites. So is the entire Magnum series. All I'm trying to say is these are very easy to find and they're everywhere. This sort of cigar, not as easy to find. Very cheap, very good value for money up until what I can taste now. And as you can probably imagine, it's gone off the shelves as soon as it gets into the stores. Another very similar Vitola is the La Gloria Cubana Turquinos. It was launched last year at Intertabac Expo. We didn't see it realistically on shelves up until this summer. And I've only been able to buy one box from Bulgaria, and that's it. All of the other boxes that I managed to find were scattered throughout around Europe. I had to travel and get them. Why? Well, because it's an amazing cigar and it's at very good value. Price per quality is off the chain. So people like it, buy it, and hence why it's not easy to find. But also there is a reason why La Gloria Cubana is my all-time favorite brand. You know, it's just amazing. So, let's see what we've got here from a tasting perspective. This is going to be the first time I'm trying this. This is the Talisker Port Rouge. This is a peated whiskey, single malt Scotch whiskey. I don't know anything about it. Caught me dead to rights. No clue about this whiskey apart from Mr. Tony Nunn from Number 11 Cigars very highly recommended it to me. He's very much into his peated whiskies, and he said, KD, some people say it's an acquired taste. I love it. Please try it. And he recommended this particular Talisker, the Port Rouge. So Tony, I've listened and I'm trying. Thank you very much for the recommendation. Let's get it open and see what all the fuss is about. Another application of the perfect draw tool is to open up with Scotch bottles. Of course I'm joking. Oops. Okay, I've got my tasting glass today because I am tasting it for the first time. Ooh. Okay, interesting. So wow, it doesn't give out a lot from the nose. I was expecting it to be stronger on the nose. Okay. Interesting. Smoky, very smoky. Very interesting flavor. It's interesting because it's quite, I find it quite smoky. There is a bit of sweetness as well, but it's quite interesting. Very delicate flavor. Almost like berries, like forest fruit. Really nice. Pairs really nice with this. I think this is a very interesting pairing. Earthy. This is also quite earthy. This is quite dry on the palate, and this, nice. Almost tastes like prunes. At the back of the throat, tastes like prunes. Interesting. I do like it though. It's not in your face, it's not strong. I like it. Very nice pairing. I heard that peated whiskies are a bit smoky. I was worried because I thought it's going to be as smoky as some of the very smoky whiskies like Laporac. I can't even like pronounce it. If it's way too smoky, it's not for me. But this is quite interesting because as well as a bit of smoke and earthiness, there's a lot of sweetness and a lot of forest fruit, a lot of definitely prunes, like plums, something similar. This now opens up to a bit of sweetness, a bit of chocolate, which is quite nice. Definitely a very good cigar for the money. I can't complain one bit. This is a very enjoyable smoke. Definitely, gents, and ladies, if you find these, very much recommend that you go and purchase a few singles if you don't want to dive in and buy a box. But you know, €100 a box, it's just a no-brainer. I mean, look at that ash, look at the burn. Construction is on point, the draw is on point. It's just, I can't really fault it. I mean, it's not going to blow you away flavors wise, you know, it's not a full body packed with flavor smoke, but it's definitely starting to go towards the medium, and as it develops towards the first quarter, let's say, it opens up a lot on chocolate, which is quite nice. It's what I wanted. It's a very old-fashioned Habano, you know, I mean, for those of you that have smoked some old cigars, you'll know what I mean. A very like classic Habano. It's really nice. Oh, also the Hey Chipman Connoisseur 1 is the same, Hermoso's number 4 Vitola, 127 millimeters by 48 ring gauge. Again, another great cigar. So yeah, I'll give it a little bit of smoke and I'll come back almost through half of the cigar. There's a bit of spiciness now opening up, a lot more earthy, still chocolatey, still nice, still sweet. I think this cigar is a hit for €10. Hermoso's number 4 Vitola. You can't fault. I can't fault it. I don't know about you, but I can't fault it. Like I said, it's not gonna blow your socks away with wow flavor, but very good cigar for midweek smoke or whenever, really, because there's no guilt smoking this cigar. It's not like you're smoking £100 cigar and, you know, oh my god, and it becomes plugged or something else. It's 10 euros. It's brilliant, actually. The only thing I regret is not opening it earlier. Now I need to start hunting them. Interesting. The whiskey is also really nice. I like the whiskey. I'll try and venture a little bit more into peated whiskies, although there is slight undertone of too much smokiness, I'd say, at least for my palate. It's nice. It's a really nice whiskey, but it's a bit too smoky for me. But yeah, I'll try it with something else. I'll try it with something more sweet, cigar-wise, and see if that's going to help. Because usually I try to pair very smoky whiskies with more sweet and floral cigars. I think it's actually going to be really nice with Tony's Premium Robusto, because that's extremely floral. I think that's going to counter the smokiness of this drum. Interesting. Now, by now I'm sounding like a broken record, but don't forget about all of the events that are coming on. Then on 29th of November, we've got the in-person event with Number 11 Cigars at Four Seasons in London. It's gonna be amazing. Do get in touch. It's gonna be amazing. You know, champagne reception in a stately room, premium Robusta from Number 11 Cigars, free-flowing Number 11 rum. The rum is spectacular, absolutely spectacular. Number 11 rum. In fact, I like the rum more than I like the Robusto. So definitely not one to miss out. Come and say hello, come and meet all of the guys from my group. I think it's gonna be a night to remember. I'm also leaving on the 15th of November in 2 weeks time for Bulgaria for the Regentes Bolivar Regentes launch for Bulgaria. So I'm gonna try and take you with me there as well. Video is probably gonna come out the week of the 18th. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me for tonight on a Monday evening. I think I've done well. Good cigar, nice whiskey pairing. Both new to me, which is quite interesting. I think I went a bit too deep. I should have probably gotten a cigar that I know with a whiskey that I don't know, or a cigar I don't know with something to pair with that I know. But I think it works really well, to be honest with you. Double surprise for me. I can't complain. Definitely a recommendation from me on these, especially considering the price. So yeah, don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe and all that social media good stuff. Helps me grow, helps me reach more people. If you're interested, don't forget to join my Telegram group. We do some quite interesting educational things, and we've got a very good community. You can learn a lot from the guys in my group. They can learn from you as well. I encourage everyone in my group to be active and everyone in my group to participate and contribute to the group. So if you're looking for an active cigar community, feel free to join us. That's it from me for tonight, ladies and gents. I'm KD. These were my Leaf Diaries, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a great week ahead. I'll see you next time.